So, as you know, a couple of years ago, I started my transformation from Daddy Pig to no more Daddy Pig. So, the show Peppa Pig, there's Daddy Pig, Mommy Pig, Peppa Pig, And so my kids, they loved Peppa Pig. They watched it. They were hardcore fans. So I watched it too, of course. And it became this kind of family joke where I became Daddy Pig. And even to wear the shirts, I had a jacket, Daddy Pig. I even went to England to the Daddy Pig World, which was kind of fun. Anyway, so my whole motto was no more Daddy Pig when I tried to do the transformation, to get back into shape to do another competition in my life. So, as you know, my backstory when I was 31 in 2005 and then 32 in 2006 is when I did two bodybuilding competitions back in Europe. And I was in great shape. I was, young, good looking, successful, everything. And then what happened? Life happened. I got three more kids. I already had one, and then I work and family and life, and then I gained 60. I moved from Europe to America, and within 6 months, I gained like 60 pounds or 65 pounds, and I had a hard time getting rid of it. So I carried that extra weight for like 17 years, and then I tried to do a comeback here and there. I tried to go back to the gym, and I did well for a couple of months, and then I fell off the horse again for a couple of months. I did well for a couple of months, and it was a constant up and down. It wasn't consistent, and I never really got skinny again. So, or in shape. But let's say that the foundation was there. You see, the thing is that I already had the muscle underneath. I just had an extra layer of fat. so and I was kind of worked out, so it wasn't like I wasn't doing anything. I was just overweight, and especially my belly. And I feel like I had a lot of stress where I'm a stress eater, so when I'm stressed I eat, and then some people don't eat at all. I'm the opposite. I'm sick, I eat. People when they're sick, they don't have no appetite. I don't know what's wrong. But it's just so I had this extra belly. I looked like I was 9 months pregnant. And it got really bad. Sometimes people who did like strangers, you meet them first time and they say, "Oh, you have a bit of a belly, hey? So maybe you should consider doing some exercise." And I was ready to punch them in the face. I got so mad because like you have no idea who you're talking to. So because but the truth is, you're only as good as your, you know, last, I don't know, deal, last competition, last month, I don't know what you want to call it. But basically, I was a has been. I was somebody who used to be in shape and then I was no longer in shape. And it took a while for me to accept that because I was always very into sports. I have a black belt in karate. I was, two times aerobics champion. I was always at the gym. And so I had this, mindset of being fit and healthy and exercise. And then I got fat and I had a hard time getting rid of it. And the truth is this, and I'll tell you what I believe the truth is. So let's say you're struggling in life, and it's part of life. Life is not easy, life is hard sometimes. You have family, you have work, you have responsibilities, you have, house payments, credit cards, car payments, this and that. And sometimes you're suffering in all the areas in your life, and then you have to go on a diet and suffer, on top of everything else. And it's almost like, God, I can't suffer anymore. I kind of at least enjoy my food, and it's almost like the food becomes some sort of a comfort food, or like you deserve it because you have so much stress in the rest of your areas. But then there comes a point where it's kind of like, okay, you know what? When I try to tie my shoes, it's hard. When I go up the stairs, I'm out of breath. When you do this and that, and it's almost like, okay, enough is enough. I've had it, no more. And then also, you kind of like, I used to be in fit and in shape, and you're no longer, and it's been years since you were in shape. So you kind of have to come to terms with, you know what? That person doesn't exist anymore. That's somebody else from the past. So you need to, be present now, and you need to work on yourself now and become that person again. And so for me, when I was 48 and I did that transformation, it was a huge mental and emotional victory, to be honest. I was so happy. I was not winning the show at all, but I was so happy just being on stage, having that comeback, being proud of myself that I, stuck to the plan, and I got back into reasonable shape. I was like 285 pounds, and I think the day of the show I was 223. So and in shape. So that was a big mental win, and I'm always going to be proud of that. And it was important for me to do that on so many levels. So and I've been able to maintain this for the last 2 years, and gotten even bigger and better and everything. So I think that just going through the transformation was huge for me. And so and the truth is, as I said, I always had this underneath. It's not like I had to build muscle because there was no muscle. There was always the muscle there, so to speak. I just had to get rid of the fat. And you have to come to terms with that. The diet and the cardio is the two things that are gonna, make or break your results or the shape. And just pushing more weights and going to the gym alone, and you can't outwork a bad diet. Unfortunately, you can, work out hard and this and that, but if you eat like shit, you will not see any results. And that is something that a lot of people still kind of need to wrap their head around, and so so did I have to do that too. And also, like I didn't want to starve, But the truth is, sometimes feeling hungry is actually not a bad thing. To feel a little bit of hunger when you're on a diet is okay. It's you're not going to die, but you're using the extra fat or calories, and it's okay to feel a little bit of hungry here and there if you're an actual like strict diet. So anyway, um, what did it take? What else was important in that whole thing? I guess it's just consistency, going every day, sticking to a plan. I said, this is what I said to myself. I said, okay, so if I work out every day at the gym with weights, if I do cardio every day, if I only eat protein with vegetables, let's say more a keto style diet, if I follow a more or less keto style diet, not 100%, but more or less, just lower calories in general, and I would do this for 6 months, okay? And let's say I use some TRT, some testosterone replacement, just to make sure I maintain the muscles, because I'm over 40, right? I'm going to be 50 this year. So if I do that, those things, no way in hell will I not see results. If you do this, you focus on your nutrition, your training, and you exercise every day. You do the cardio. You do everything you can think of, and you just limit the amount of calories, and you, let's say, increase the protein, low carbs or no carbs. If you do that, you will get in shape. If you believe it or not, it will work, 100%, and it did work. And so for me, it was like, okay, just kind of keep it simple. You don't have to see. I don't like to necessarily count calories. I ballpark it more or less. But let's say if I say to myself, okay, what's the main thing? Protein, good. So 3 meals. Let's say in the morning I have oatmeal with some protein. Then at lunch I have, let's say, some protein with some vegetables or salad. At dinner I have some, protein with some vegetables or salad. And in between I have 2 or 3 protein shakes. If I do that, there is no way that I'm not going to get into shape. And it's not necessarily, I count every, 5 calories here, 10 calories there, and so forth. It's not necessary. You can, if you eat more or less the same way every day, then you know if it works or not. And then if you want to change something by increasing or decreasing certain things, you will see what happens. But it's not like you need to, calculate everything. Some people do, they swear by it. I don't think it's always necessary. Anyway, if you want to do a transformation, contact me. I can help you. Take care.